Hey, so I kind of want to address that in this video. It might not be the best video that you've ever seen because this is my first time commentating and I'm just trying my hand at it. So if it's bad, then don't worry, it'll get better. So if you're new, then stick around. But yeah, I just kind of want to apologize for that. And also, if I ramble on in it, which I do, then just know it's because, one, I didn't write a script because obviously never done this before. And two, when I might sometimes ramble when I'm very passionate about what I'm talking about. And in this, I'm very passionate about what I'm talking about because it's about my favorite game developer of all time. So, I just want to give this little disclaimer and kind of let you guys know that before we hop right into this and you guys watch the video. So, enjoy. What's going on, guys? No Life here, and today we're going to be talking about From Software. And what about From Software? Well, we're going to be talking about their new IP, Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, which you just watched the teaser trailer for. And if you're wondering why we're talking about From Software, besides the fact that I just said, it's because I love From Software. They're my favorite gaming developer of all time. My favorite game is Dark Souls. It's my favorite game of all time. So, I'm really excited for this, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to make a video on it, and we're going to watch it together in the middle of stuff. I'll stop, and I'll, just give my thoughts and opinions. Now, before I start off, I want to say that everything I say is not certain. All this is just hopes and my speculations of this new game. So keep that in mind while we go into this. But without further ado, yeah, let's watch.
So you're awake. Looks like death is not your fate. Just yet.
Okay, so first thing I want to point out is that it seems like it's gonna be like Dark Souls and the Souls series in general, in the sense that it's not gonna tell you much. It's basically just gonna tell you, go do things for revenge or whatever. It's what it's looking like it's about this time. But it's not really going to tell us much about the whole story, which, as a Souls fan, I am really enjoy that, and I'm hoping and speculating that that is going to be how it's going to be, and I'm happy about that. So let's keep on watching and see what other things we can analyze and hope and speculate from in this. Okay, basically only like 5 seconds have passed since I have had to pause the video, but I need to point this out real quickly that I'm a little upset with some From Software's choice of who to collab with, because you can't tell me that they don't know that basically the whole gaming community hates Activision. You can't tell me they don't know that, because that's so known. So, and if you're a gaming developer, you probably know about what not to do because people are saying bad things about other gaming developers. So I don't know what FromSoft was thinking, and I'm not sure if this is a good idea. And to be honest, I'm kind of scared about it. Now, I will say this is probably only business, like for their business company, like Bandai Namco was for the Soul series. But that does not mean that it is a bad idea, because we all know how Activision likes to run their businesses. Their business tactics are not completely, well, not completely liked by the community. And so I think it was a really bad idea to go ahead and do that. I don't know what they were thinking, and also I'm really hoping that Activision doesn't decide that they have to give like 50 different DLCs. Because if they think that, then that's just gonna completely mess up the whole game. So, please, Activision, for once in your life, do not mess this up. Just do not mess this up. Give us, if you're gonna give us DLCs, give us 2 DLCs. Give us 2 DLCs, because Dark Souls 3 and its DLCs was amazing. But do not give us like 5. That 5's too many for, especially for like a From Software game or a Dark Souls kind of game. It's just be too much for it. Like every other Dark Souls has had 1 DLC, and Dark Souls 3 is the first to have 2 DLCs. So do not mess this up.
Some time has passed since I found you. Your master still lives. They'll soon make use of his bloodline. The limb you have lost will give way to something more useful. You'll learn to appreciate its worth.
So, from that, we can kind of see that this game is going to be more like Bloodborne in the way the enemies are and how fast-paced the game is. Because that gadget reminded me a lot of Bloodborne in the sense that there's not a shield that you have, but it's a gun. So I think that'll be really interesting with that, like, little thing he has on his arm, because it'll, like, give it a more, I guess, Bloodborne and fast-paced feel, which I am very happy about, because Bloodborne is my second favorite game of all time, first being Dark Souls. So I'm really happy that they're going more in that fast-paced direction and not having as much of a shield, but having a gadget. But I think just from it being like a more samurai type game, we could already see that that's how it was going. So I'm speculating that it will be more fast-paced.
Your death won't come easily.
Okay, so personally, that part right there where he died, then got resurrected on the spot, is something that I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about, because it kind of just seems a little weird and strange to me, and something that I'm hoping FromSoft is making it where it's a kind of one-time thing where it either has to be recharged or you can only carry a certain number of items that can do that, or it's like some kind of sorcery or some type of thing where it can't happen all the time, and there are parts where you die and can't be resurrected, because I feel like it would ruin the entire flow of the game, and kind of would ruin the game a little bit, because I mean, like, I know this is a new IP, but it's FromSoft, and a lot of people can be speculating that it will be like a Dark Souls game. So having it where you can be resurrected is not really what a lot of people will like, and not what people really want, because it'll kind of ruin it, because everyone wants it to be that thing where you're banging your head against a wall endlessly until you reach a certain point and beat something that you've been having trouble with over and over and over again. So kind of just being resurrected on the spot will ruin the game in a way. So hopefully that's how it is, and it's not all the time. Alright, now that the video's over, I can give my final words and conclusion on this. So, first thing I want to say is, FromSoft, why 2019? Why not 2018? What do you have against it? But since whatever I say about that's not going to change because no one cares what I have to say, I am very happy about something in particular that is kind of weird, but I'm glad this is not Bloodborne 2, which might seem weird because I've already said that Bloodborne is my second favorite game of all time. So why would I ever want no Bloodborne 2? Well, it's a prime example of quality over quantity. And a very good example of this is Dark Souls. Why I say Dark Souls? Well, because Dark Souls 1 was phenomenal. I cannot recommend Dark Souls 1 enough. I haven't even finished the remaster, and I absolutely love it. But, with saying that, Dark Souls did not, and I repeat, did not need any sequels because it was so good. Why? Because Dark Souls was absolutely perfect. And the only reason there was any sequels because fans wanted it, and FromSoft gave into the pressure. But it would have been much better off without any. So, I think they might have learned their lesson from that. Because Dark Souls 2, everyone can agree that Dark Souls 2 was not up to par with the original Dark Souls. And I feel that FromSoft had to bring their name back as a great developer with Dark Souls 3, which is the reason that Dark Souls 3 had happened in the first place. Because FromSoft felt they needed to show how great they were again and kind of show their name and bring back the Dark Souls series and give it a great ending and finish it off with a great game. And a lot of people will say that the same thing, that is why they think Dark Souls 3 happened. So that's basically my thing about why I think Bloodborne 2 should not happen. It's the same thing. Bloodborne was amazing and phenomenal. And that game is a big reason why Dark Souls is so popular, because it shows you how to play the game in a fun manner. So it's very important in that aspect, and it's so good that it does not need a sequel, and it does not need anything to follow it up. And I think FromSoft has learned that. Now, final thing I want to say. I will be buying and I will be playing this game. I am so excited for it and cannot wait to play it. And tell me in the comments, are you excited for this game? Do you think some of my speculations and hopes will be correct? And also, tell me, did you enjoy the Dark Souls games? That's something interesting I'd like to know. Did you enjoy it? And did you find any of them fun? So yeah, I'm going to wrap this video up. Please like if you guys like the video. Subscribe, because we're trying to reach that 100. And leave a comment telling me if you are going to be playing this game. So, without further ado, I'll see you guys in the next one.